Okay, so for today, you are on your balance principle in your accordion sketchbooks. So balance. So we will talk a little bit about different types of balance. The two basic ones we're going to focus on for today are symmetrical and asymmetrical balance. Remember that symmetrical simply means it's the same on both sides. Asymmetrical balance, it is not the same on both sides. Okay? So as you are creating your entry for this, think about whether you want to do a symmetrical balance illustration or an asymmetrical balance illustration. If you choose to use symmetrical, you will find I have little templates that are the same size as your accordion sketchbooks. You can create a stencil today. Today is the technique you can choose to use is a stencil. So first I'm going to take this, I'm going to fold it long side to long side, or hot dog style. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw a shape or a line that starts at my folded side. So notice my folded side is to the left. And I'm going to draw from the top, out, in, maybe a little bit of a loop-de-loop here, just some sort of a funky line, all the way down and bring it finally to end at the bottom of my folded edge. Okay? The more interesting, the more fun you're gonna have with your shape. So now I'm going to take a pair of scissors and I'm going to cut along that line. Take your time, you wanna make sure you cut exactly on that line. Try not to deviate from your line. Okay, so now I'm going to open up my shape to reveal a perfectly symmetrical shape. Now, one thing I love about this is you can think, what could I create from the shape? This is a really fun technique for really any art project. Maybe I want to turn it horizontally. Maybe I want to turn it vertically. Maybe I want this to be the top. Maybe I want this to be the top, okay? Once you have decided what you want to be the top, you will open to your sketchbook. You will pick a panel. Since this is a stencil and they are the same size as your panels, you will need to use a single panel, okay? I'm going to place it on my paper. So this is going to be entry number 4 for my balance. And I'm going to place and center it. And I'm going to hold it down and trace around this shape very carefully. Of course, if you have chosen symmetrical shape, you want your shape to have symmetry. One of the ways we can easily do that is by using a stencil like we are today. And one of the funnest things to do with that is to create your own stencil. Okay, so I have traced this and now I have a nice outline of a symmetrical shape for my balance entry. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is decide what can I turn this into. Maybe I see this as a hat or a creature. Maybe I see this as the legs. Maybe I see it as a tower. Okay, this could be so many things. That's really why I love this little technique that I like to show. Okay, so this would be how I've done the balance one. I'll show you an example from another one. This was a shape that I did the same thing with. As you can see, it was a folded paper, drew the line, cut it out, opened it up. For this time, I turned it this way and traced it on my paper, which is the same size as your sketchbook paper. And I felt like I saw it as this cool like avatar character. And so you can see I turned the sides into the little sleeves, made the bottom part sort of like the robe. Thought he had this really cool angled hat. And then of course I added details to the background and to the object itself. So just some really fun ways that you can use symmetrical balance. If you choose to use asymmetrical balance, then you are simply going to pick a panel in your sketchbooks and draw a line down the middle and try to create some sort of a basic shape or basic line, but make it not be the same on both sides. So I've drawn a line down the middle. Maybe this one's really swoopy. Okay, so I've drawn a line down the middle. I've drawn on the left side some sort of an organic shape and then followed all the way down to the end of my line. On the second side, I'm also going to draw a line, but it's not going to be the same. It's going to be something totally different. And now I would decide, how am I going to create an image out of this shape? Okay? Thank you for listening.